Elite One Recruiting and Evaluations is a one-of-a-kind, self-managed global scouting platform to help any athlete get recruited to their next level. Welcome to the Elite One Recruiting Show. So we got Anthony Thorpe with us today. We had an opportunity to just spend some time with Anthony just now. Let's considering what we saw in his video and what are some things that stood out to you all?
What I saw from Anthony on the video was a athletic basketball player, absolutely above the rim player. He has a strong frame that's conducive to Division One. Looks like he has a bit of speed and explosiveness. So I think those things are some pluses that I saw while we watched the video that Anthony was on.
Okay, awesome. Kayla, what about you?
Yeah, I would agree with you, Richard. I think in general, you see a very quick first step and doesn't have an issue with getting off the ground. I would be very curious to see if he can use some of that athleticism to create space. I'm assuming yes, with the right understanding in terms of step backs and those movements that require a lot of agility and lateral movement based off of his movement in basketball, like in general, from his dunks and finishing at the rim with contact. That would be something I'd be interesting to see. But in terms of his overall game and what I'm seeing, it would have to be a combination of the athleticism with the skills that are required to be either a point guard and shooting guard at the next level to take him to that next level if that's our.
Yeah, but Kayla, you know what happened though, Kayla? We have to know if his knowledge of the game and defense would be advantageous to that position, right? We need to see that part, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't know that yet, right? So that's the part that I think, Kayla, don't you agree that we have to figure out there for him?
And you know what I like that he is going for him. I would have questioned, the level of competition, and regardless, even if he's playing against good players on the island, it's still a limited perspective, in terms of the type of competition playing against top 100, top 50 players. But I think when the fact that he's on the Jamaican junior national team, and Dave, you can probably help us out with that. But I was glad to hear that because that definitely means he's excelled amongst his peers. He's at the top of his peer class, and playing with the junior national team means he must have been playing against his peers that are at the top of their game from other countries as well too. So Dave, what about that junior national experience? Do you think that's something that's working in his favor?
Yeah, I think so because he was not playing in the Caribbean tournament. They were playing in the CBA. I can't remember which tournament they got, but it wasn't just the Caribbean tournament. It was playing against countries outside of the Caribbean.
That was my main question to you, Dave. Like, what countries was he playing against? Did he go to any European tournaments or just Caribbean tournaments? Give me an idea. What countries did he play against?
Like it was from like Mexico and stuff like that.
Mexico has a good
Argentina and a couple other countries was there.
Oh yeah,
well,
okay.
From the Copa America countries.
And Kayla, wouldn't you say that like if he plays against his peers, that's one thing. But your experience, Kayla, in playing with the Canadian junior national team and playing against other European players, FIBA, helped you to get to the NCAA. When you got there, you felt more comfortable, right? Like to transition from 1 to 2, or 2 to 1, right?
For sure, because now we're not just combining people that we say are the best based off of skill. We're throwing in different philosophies and basketball coaching styles and player coaching and player styles as well. So when you combine the differences with the coaching and the player styles, it's not just in North America, we tend to be a little bit more one-on-one dominated and things of that nature. When you're playing against certain teams in Europe, they're moving the ball very fast. So now it's not just playing against good players. You're playing also against
you know what the thing, Kayla, that's interesting what you said. And I know, Dave, I don't know if you saw this, but Kayla, when we were playing North America was playing against Europe, it was always 3-point shooting that was killing us. We didn't expect the center to step out and shoot threes. That used to kill a lot of people. Even the United States used to go in tournaments and have trouble because the center was that stepped out to 3-point and knocking down threes. So, Dave, do you think his basketball IQ is at a level that's conducive to Division I NCAA? Because you've seen him a lot, Dave.
Yeah, but with me, I like it's the level of the competition as well. Wayne said, I think the level of the competition is difficult because the number of games that we play during a year is nothing compared to like what you guys are experiencing. Like we play maybe 20 games if we move all the way to the national finals.
Oh wow! Okay.
So like it's pretty difficult to compare.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, we wanted to ask you about that junior national experience. You played for the Jamaican junior national team. What's that experience like? And was it difficult to get on the team? And the level of competition you play against.
I think the team was a bit rushed because we had like three training camps before. They just picked out the best few out of it. Yeah, and playing with it, it was the first exposure I had with overseas basketball, and I realized that the level of basketball played over there is way higher than what's played in Jamaica. So
that's tough. Okay. Well, I mean, we've seen a lot of athletes from Jamaica have very successful collegiate careers, and you seem like the type of athlete that would really, athletically you'll be able to fit in no problem. Mm-hmm. Richard made a point though. There is a little bit of a shyness about you, and one thing we'll tell you about playing basketball in America, you got to have some bite. Gotta have some dog. You gotta have some dog in you because it's 90% of the kids. Once you get to that collegiate level, their eye is on the prize. They want to get to the league. There's very few kids that you're going to play against at the collegiate level once you get an opportunity who don't have NBA or pro somewhere ingrained in their head from a young age.
Yeah, man, they're hungry. They're hungry, Anthony.
They're hungry. So I think for you, the one thing I would say, just in speaking to you, your personality is, don't look at your circumstances. I think look at the opportunities ahead of you, and envision what it's going to take to compete and thrive in that environment. Just focus. You really got to focus forward and get yourself ready.
For sure. And just to echo on that statement, we're in the type of era, especially Anthony, you're on your phone, probably have all the social media, Instagram, Twitter, and all that, where you might not be able to control your circumstances right now, but when you're performing at a high level that people can't ignore, somebody takes a video, you do something out of the ordinary. It's in terms of being somewhere where you might not think you might get that exposure at this point, there are still certain things you can do. For instance, anytime you're on the court, make sure that you're standing out in a way that can't be denied.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's super athletic. I mean, I love that. I'm a guy who loves to see people above the rim getting it done. Man, I think you have a shot. I think you have a chance. Just believe in yourself and get it done. Work on your dribbling, work on your shooting. But that athleticism is a plus, man. I think you got it there. Like I said before, a good body you have on you in terms of strength and balance. I can see it in you. And you're playing outdoors, bouncing off of a concrete. Forgive. You know what I mean? When you get on the floor, with basketball floor, wood floor in this country, oh my gosh, man, you goes above the rim looking down. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great.
I can remember it was a year ago or 2 years ago, Anthony was doing he was working with the NCAA tournament that was going on in Montego Bay, where he was cleaning the floor. And at the halftime break, like they normally get a chance to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And he was out there just doing some crazy dunk. So everybody was like stopping and watching him dunking the ball.
He's got. Well, Anthony, we're going to do our part. With Elite One recruiting, that's exactly it. We're going to do our part. To help guys like you. I mean, we know there's a lot of diamonds in the rough, young women and young men out there like yourself that, are under the radar or in circumstances that don't allow them to get the type of exposure or recognition that they deserve or they need to get closer to their goals. But we got you. Any last shout outs, anything, goodbyes?
I guess I want to shout out like my coach, my friends, cause I remember when I started that moment of starting the whole basketball process. My friends, I was the one that really hyped me up and told me to go, but he didn't get in. I got chosen for the team and he didn't. So I want to shout him out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well. We really appreciate having you. Great young man, Anthony Thorpe at Herbert Morrison Technical School in Montego Bay, Jamaica. A junior down there. Thank you.
Good job, young fella. Good job. Way to go, young.
Thank you.
Nice having you on here.
That was a good young fella. I mean, I think from what we saw, guys. I mean, very humble. Very, very, very shy, very humble kid. But when we saw him come down the court and explode up in the air, you can see he has some joy. I like the kid, man. I think this is going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Absolutely.